Pippa's the local lore keeper. I kinda am. Chat, I would have a thriving career as a journalist just because of how much people tell me. Unprompted. Completely unprompted, mind you. Completely unprompted. Okay, well, I'm gonna... I'll see if I remember. Okay, one last tangent for the night, now that I'm caught up. Okay, so I caught an Uber, okay, to go help a friend, all right? Because it's like late as hell at night. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna help you, and then I'll just, like, catch a ride home, okay? So, that sounds sus. Okay, how do I word this? It was like a multi-hour, well, not multiple. It was like an hour-and-a-half fucking Uber ride, okay? And it was late at night, and I was helping somebody with convention stuff. So I was helping them pack their truck, and then the idea was that, like, they would then drop me off after. Much easier way to word that. Okay, so I go, and my first, like, my idea is, okay, I'm gonna Uber to the next... Pretty convoluted. I just didn't want to drive. I was tired. Anyways, so I'm gonna Uber to this store in another town because it's the only one that's open to pick up a part that this person needs. So I Uber over there, and then of course the Uber driver starts lore dumping on me. Of course, and this is a woman. She starts lore dumping on me, and I'm like, oh wow, okay, all right, wow, huh, okay, wow, okay. And I'm just grateful that, like, she's not a complete weirdo. Because some Uber drivers can be really fucking weird. So I'm like, okay, if you want to take me to this other town, I will pay you in cash directly. We can just cut out the Uber middleman. And we can just go. Alright? Like, after I pick up this thing. And she's like, okay, like, how much would that be? And I was like, and I gave her like the rate that it would normally be from my place to another place. And she was like, okay, well, you know, I'm a really empathetic person, and I don't feel like I could take money from you without knowing that I'm doing the right thing. And when I hear this, I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Just take my fucking money and take me to my destination. Shut the fuck up. Okay? But I don't say that. I'm just like, what? So, did she think you were homeless too? I don't know. Anyways. So, she's like, from this town, and she names a town that's like 30 minutes away to this town. It's about this much. And she names a price that's lower. And in my head, I'm like, okay, so your point A to point B is way closer, so of course it's going to be cheaper. I gave the going rate according to the Uber app. I like brought up Uber on my phone. I was like, okay, if I called for an Uber right now, it would be this much from this location to the next location. So we'll just round up. And so she gave me like a $20 discount. I was so confused, but whatever. Whatever, I saved $20, who cares? So, I'm an empath, pay me less. Yeah, that was nice of her. It was nice of her. Very weird. Very fucking weird. Anyways. So, she pulls out a vape. We're on the road. She pulls out a vape. She says, can I vape? Do you mind if I vape? And I'm like, well, I already paid you. So, I mean, what am I gonna say? No? I'm in your car right now and we're not being tracked by the app anymore. So, yeah, I guess you can vape. What am I gonna say? No? Whatever. Anyways, so she starts vaping while driving. What's in the vape? I don't know. It was something fruity. It was something fruity. And then real lore dumping starts. Okay, before she was like telling me about like her previous like rideshare pickups and everything, and like some history about the town and some history about like where she grew up. She was like, oh yeah, I moved to Arizona for a bit and then I moved back and blah 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 blah. And it was like kind of ominous because she did like foreshadow the future lore dumping. She was like, yeah, well, back when I lived here, I was part of, the gang, and like I was into like some really bad stuff, and I had to get out. Okay. And this is like looking at her, you would think that she's like going to sell you MLM products, Like she does not give off gang energy. But yeah, looks can be deceiving. Anyways. So, she was sex trafficked. Well, she then starts to really lord drop. She's like, yeah. So basically, I used to be into like some really hard stuff. And then, one of my friends, he went off to war. And then when he came back, like he just really wasn't the same. And then, I started watching all my friends overdose on hard drugs. And I was like, I can't do this lifestyle anymore. I gotta get out of here. And so I left. And then I kind of realized, that there's like an aura about this place, about this region of America. She used more specific terms than that, but be careful. Okay. And I'm sitting in the back seat. I'm like, can I drink in here? Coca-Cola, I mean. And then she laughed. She's like, I'm glad you specified. Yes, you can. And I'm like, okay. And I drink my Coca-Cola, and I'm just sipping on it while I listen to the next hour and a half ramble. Okay? Like, stream of consciousness ramble from this woman. She goes, yeah, when I came back, one of my first rideshare pickups was an Indian man who told me that this area was known as a burial ground. Indians would travel from all across America to bury their dead here because it's a place of grieving and sadness. And I was in there like, people lived here too, but whatever. Whatever. Okay. Anyways. So then she continues. And that's why I feel like there's always going to be a mental health crisis in this area. Because, and I work in mental health. I'm actually I forget what exactly she called herself, but basically she works with like mentally disabled people, like doing, I don't know what. She takes care of mentally disabled people, but she said she's a mental health provider, and she also said that she works in therapy. So I don't know, whatever. But at any rate, I think it was nice you got to meet Kirsha's mom. Anyways, so I'm like, oh, huh. Yeah, mental health really is at epidemic levels right now. And she was like, oh, see, what you don't understand is there's no facilities for people in mental health crises in America in general. But it's so bad here because we don't get enough sunlight. And I'm like, okay. And she continues. Yeah. See, the problem is people just have an indescribable sadness to them here. And it's just part of this area. And something just keeps calling me back to it, What you don't understand is, I lived in one of those very sunny areas. And the people there are just so different. And even though there's no mental health facilities for them, because they get sunlight, they're just mentally more functional. And I'm like, okay. I don't even know if she could hear me, okay? I think she was kind of just like locked into her own fucking ramble. I'm just like, okay, all right. It's the sun's fault. Okay. So, she continues. She goes, see, something you might not understand is, and she keeps saying this. It was starting to actually offend me how many times she says what you don't understand is. But she continues. So what you don't understand is there's this thing we call in therapy. And then I forget what exactly she said and what she rambled about. But it was basically when people are sad, they're sad. I know. And when people are sad, they don't always make the best decisions. So, whatever. Anyways, then she continues. Yeah. So, yeah, when I was younger, I was part of, the gang. And we used to be into like some really hard stuff, and I had to change my lifestyle because everybody was dying on me, and I just didn't want to do that anymore. You know, my dad was a cattle farmer, and I didn't really want that lifestyle either. I'm sitting here like, your dad runs a cattle farm and you're in a gang? What? You called the cow tippers? What the fuck? Okay, whatever. Anyways. And then we stop at like some gas station and she fills up her tank, and then she's like, do you mind if I run inside? And I'm like, no. And then she's gone for like 5 minutes, and she comes back and she goes, okay. And I was messaging my friend, and I was about to say, my Uber driver is strange. But I get startled because she comes back and she says, you know, I can really tell when people are being fake and have a sort of like bad energy to them, you know? And I'm sitting there like, yeah. And she's like, yeah. You see that guy over there? And I look at the gas station guy, and he's just a normal dude. And she's like, I asked him if I could pay in cash. Or no. She said, I asked him if he could fill it, and then I would go inside and pay by card. And he said, no, pay me in cash. And I knew something was off. And then he started swearing at me. I could tell. I knew he was swearing at me as I just got back in. Some people, you know, they just have such a bad... I forget what she said exactly. I don't want to say it was vibe or aura. It was some shit like that. She had like a bad whatever to them. And I think it's so sad. I try to live without any hate in my heart. And then I kid you not, she spends the next 10 minutes of this fucking Uber drive seething about this guy. I kid you not. She spends the next 10 fucking minutes, okay, complaining that this guy like swore under his breath at her or whatever the fuck. And I'm just sitting in the back seat like, oh my God, my Uber driver is on something. I'm gonna fucking die. Oh fuck, oh no. So, she finally moves on. And she goes, yeah, I know a lot about bad people. I'm pretty good at identifying them. You know why? See, what you don't understand is I lived some time in Las Vegas. And Las Vegas is a very dark place. So, the thing is about Las Vegas is nobody there has your best interest at heart. And unfortunately, I fell in with a pretty bad crowd, and that's how I got into adult entertainment. And I'm sitting in the back seat, I'm just like, get me off this wild ride! What the fuck? This is too much lore! This has too much fucking lore! First thing thank you, Pippa, for her life and over again, must be ending in war. Okay. And she continues. And this goes an unexpected route. Okay? Stay with me. Yeah. So, unfortunately, you know, those guys, they don't view women as people. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Shrump. And I'm like, I'm ready to jump out of the car. Okay, she continues. Yeah, it's just because we live, quite honestly, under a dictatorship. I'm like, she's not in politics! I'm not gonna go with her! It's just kind of like men have been taught to view women this way. And Trump, what you don't understand is a country is reflected by its leader. And so when you have somebody in office who hates women, it makes men hate women. I'm like, another big issue about that actually is as the planet dies, our spirit dies. So all of these like gas emissions and all of these push against clean energy, all it does is it kills us, and it makes us more hateful to each other. I can't remember what she said after that. There was more of a ramble about green energy. Like, I'm telling you guys, I'm just sitting in the back seat like, okay. I'm not fucking giving her any fuel for anything. She just keeps fucking rambling. Bad Latency, thank you. All the schizo's talking to you is why the other face girls think you're the social one. Milos, thank you. Holy Mother of Jesus, she's a redditor. Becker Noise, thank you. Hey, at least you're getting new stories to tell. Yeah. Nito, thank you. But did you understand? I don't think I understand, man. Sandra, thank you. You're such a good listener. No wonder people like talking to you. Over Crusader, thank you. You've been chosen to write her biography. That's what it felt like. Laura, thank you. See, what you don't understand is we're actually all here for the tangents. Potato Radio, thank you. Pinch this to Oh, God. I knew you said she was rambling, but she was the entire trip. The entire fucking trip. Ezekiel the Frankel, thank you. When's her debut? I'll get to that. Minna Vanilla, thank you. I'm so sorry for your pain, but the storytelling's 10 out of 10. Stop Corolla, thank you. This reminds me of an Uber I took. We're gonna talk religion to us and try getting us in on a pyramid scheme. Oh. Okay. So this is towards the end of the Uber drive. I guess just regular taxi ride at this point because I paid directly in cash. Okay. So we're going through the city. And she starts saying to me, so what is it that you do for a living? And I'm like, I do digital marketing online for an international company. And she goes, oh, that's cool. You know, that's kind of like when I did adult entertainment. I'm sitting here like that. No, but this is not the fucking... No, it's not, man. No, also, you just shit on your time as an adult entertainer. Don't say that's like when you did adult entertainment. What the fuck? Yeah. So I have a lot of like industry connections still to a lot of those big people in the adult entertainment world. And that's why I was thinking actually I could start a YouTube channel and maybe I could like talk about the industry from the perspective of somebody who once was in it. I'm sitting here like, get me the fuck out of here. She continues. Or another thing that I was thinking is I really like Oblivion. And I'm sitting here like, I can't predict this conversation. It just keeps fucking going. This conversation just keeps fucking going. So I was thinking, like, I could do... Have you seen those channels where people play video games? It's like... And again, I'm in the backseat. I'm going, yeah. She goes, yeah, it's like these people that they're playing video games and there's like a webcam of them in the corner and they just play stuff. And I was thinking, like, I could do that too. And maybe I could play Oblivion or Skyrim. I don't know. But I just haven't gotten around to doing it. It seems pretty complicated. I don't know how to set all that stuff up. But I already spend like 10 hours a day playing Skyrim. So might as well make money from it too, right? I'm sitting here like, the fuck do you mean 10 hours a day playing Skyrim? What? How do you do that and this? What do you... what? What the fuck? What the fuck? This lore! This fucking lore! Sven, thank you. Check your DMs from Sakana on this new hire! I bet she doesn't sleep. This was late at night, too. This was late at night. What are you doing? And she has kids? And a husband? What? Oh my god. I don't remember what else she rambled about, but I basically told her, I was like, oh yeah, you should try doing YouTube because it doesn't cost anything really to get started. As long as you have a webcam and the computer, you're basically set. And it sounds like you already have all those things, so... oh my god. I'm trying to remember what else she talked about. Because, again, this was like over the course of like an hour and a fucking half. Okay, which by the way, slow-ass fucking driver. Slowest driver with the most road range I've ever seen. She would get behind a semi-truck and she would fucking honk at it. And it's like, you're behind a semi-truck, bitch. Just go around them. What are you honking at? Why are you staying behind? Stay behind them and she would honk. Pizza Man, thank you. Most mentally stable Oblivion fan. True. Her attention was elsewhere. Yeah, I guess she was more focused on rambling. Mr. Hero, thank you. Wow, Phase Gen 4 sounds like it's gonna be great. Road rage, sun worshiper. It seems slow because of the awkwardness. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe because of how fucking awkward it was. Maybe it wasn't an hour and 30 minutes. I don't know. I don't know. You know? All I know is that it felt like that. It felt really fucking long. Okay? Baliosi, thank you. Women. Moral of the story, just get a car. I have a car. It was late at night. I was helping somebody with physical labor. I didn't want to have to fucking drive back. I was like, I will catch a ride. It don't matter. Lindsay, thank you. What did she look like appearance-wise? White, blonde hair, arms covered in tattoos, hair kind of crunchy. Kyler, thank you. Next Angel, thank you. Was she Asian? No. It was... God. This is the consequences of your actions. Crunchy. Yeah. Like, I don't know how to describe it. But was she hot? Light dreads? Hairspray? No. Fried. Yeah. Alex, thank you. Pippa, carry a face card and give them out. Oh, I think she would have fucking hated me if I opened my mouth for more than 5 minutes. Binary goes, thank you. See, what you don't understand is that woman is my Yoshi! Dad, thank you. How do you feel about coffee? Deal, thank you, bro. Your life is a Wes Anderson movie. Ah! No! Please, no! Zachary Rollick, thank you. That vape was laced. It might have been. Might have been, thank you. So what you don't understand is the starter with shopping carts. Cursor with them, thank you. So what I'm hearing is that photosynthesis is the key to happiness. We must return to plant. Naturally negative, thank you. You better watch out in Vegas, Pippa. They're gonna go after your lucky rabbit's feet. Ask I do anything, you. Freaking Ubers never. I'll walk, damn. Sarah, thank you. I want to get off Miss Pipkin's wild ride. Nevin Nackle, thank you. If you could animate this, you would have a Kino vid or short for YouTube. I wish I could remember everything that she said. I kind of regret not recording the conversation just so I could, like, listen over it again to repeat it on stream. Because it was fucking crazy. And she had, like, a dash cam. This was the most horrifying part. She had a dash cam that was pointed, like, directly back. So I just see my face in this fucking dash cam the entire time she's telling all of these stories. So I'm like locked the fuck in, trying to make sure that I'm not like grimacing or like making any weird faces, because like the shit that she's saying, like she can see all of it. She can see all of it, man. Ah, Lindsay, thank you. Based on all this, there's a real chance she might see this. You were nice, but kind of crazy. Stephen Tom, thank you. Can't wait for her to get a Daki. Jesus Christ. Is there... Oh, wait. Okay, another strange part of the interaction. Okay. I believe in paying upfront. Okay? Because too much can go wrong if you wait until the end to pay for things, right? Which is why restaurants always kind of stress me out. Because it's like, oh, fuck. What if my card gets declined for whatever fucking reason? Or I forgot it or whatever. I don't want to go through that. So, the second leg of the journey, after I stop in the store to go pick up the thing, it was like, okay, I'm just gonna say, it was a phone car mount. I pick up a phone car mount from the only fucking AutoZone that is open in, I swear, like the entire fucking country. Okay, I didn't even know AutoZone could be open this late. Okay, I don't know a lot of thank you. Pippa's Bizarre Adventure. I pick up the phone mount. I buy 3 of them because I'm not sure which ones will work. Fun fact, none of them ended up working. 3 different phone mounts. None of them ended up working. I fucking hate this shit so fucking much. So, okay. I'm sitting in the back of her car, right? And I'm like, so do you have like PayPal or something? Because I don't have $100 cash on me. But we could also go to an ATM if that's what you would prefer. And she goes, no. And she starts driving. And I'm like, are you gonna kill me? Are you gonna fucking break my legs or something? What do you mean no? Don't start driving after you just said no. Hello? We gotta sort this out. I have to pay you somehow. And then she starts rambling. She starts rambling about how she's not concerned about money. She's like, I try not to stress about money too much because it always finds a way back to me. And I'm like, this is very early into the conversation, so I didn't know that she's a hippie yet, okay? I just knew that she used to be part of a gang, okay? And did drugs. So I'm like, Then she continues. Yeah. I don't have like Venmo or Cash App or Zelle, but I think I have PayPal. And I'm like, fuck you mean? fuck you mean you think? Like I need a way to pay you. I don't say that. I'm just like, well, maybe we should stop somewhere and I can get cash back from a register or something. You know, if we were still, I didn't say this part out loud, but like in my head, I'm like, well, man, if we were still in the AutoZone parking lot, I could go buy a fucking bar of candy and do like $40 cash back at least for that. Like, just fucking something, man. I don't know. Whatever. So, she continues. She's like, yeah, all my life, you know, I've sort of like come in and out of money. I've just never had to worry about it. That's why I'm not too stressed about this. You know, one time I had this really souped up car because I used to be into car racing. And so I forget what kind of car she said she had. I had this really souped up car that I would use for racing up in Seattle. And in my head, I'm like, always the motherfuckers from Seattle. Always motherfuckers racing in Seattle. What the fuck is wrong with you people? What? I don't say that. I don't say that. But I do feel vindicated. Anyways. So, or validated. Whatever. She's like, yeah. So, I had this car. And it was my first car. And I put so much love and so much care into this car. Because, you know, that car was like my baby. That was my child. Right? Because it was my first car. So, and then she starts listing off all of these like upgrades that she put into her car. I don't remember what. I can't fucking remember what she said. I don't know enough about cars to internalize any of this. But she lists off a whole bunch of modifications. And she goes, yeah, I probably put around $25,000 into that car by the end of things. And I only paid $6,000 when I first got it. Yeah. So, funny story actually. Where we're headed, I crashed my car. And I was looking to resell it. Oh, my phone alarm's going off. I was looking to resell it. And so like it's a crashed car. Right? But I did fix it up. It drove. But, you know, it's been in an accident. I drove it into a ditch. And I had to try to not laugh because the fucking delivery on that. What do you mean you drove it into a ditch? You can't just say that. What? Okay, whatever. Anyways. So, there was this young man that I met on Facebook Marketplace. And he told me that he needed a vehicle for his landscaping business. And so I told him, I'll sell you my car for $2,000, which is less than I paid for it, if you prove to me that you actually own a landscaping business. And so, and I kid you not, he messages me the very next day. And he shows me all of these beautiful lawns that he's done for people. And he shows me his current equipment. And I say, okay, you know what? You meet me at this gas station with $2,000 and it's yours. And so he comes and he takes the car and I get my $2,000. And you know what's funny about that? Is that was exactly the amount that I needed. I forget. Fuck, I'm blanking on what it was for. It was for like a medical bill or some shit. I think it was a medical bill for her husband. Whatever. It was the exact amount that I needed. And I just feel like that's proof that money comes when you need it. That's why you should never be concerned when you don't have money. Because it will find its way back to you. At least it does for me. Oh boy. I don't think most of us can live that way. I don't think most of us can live that way, man. What the fuck are you talking about? You sold your car for $2,000? $2,000? detail. I forgot about the story. The only other condition that I had was that we had to transfer the title into his name immediately upon purchase. And so he set all of that up. Because you see, I had a really bad problem with, I used to sell people cars. I did this a few times. And what happens is people will buy your cars for drug running. And what they'll do is they'll never register it in their name. They'll just take the car and dump it after they use it for drugs. I'm like, wasn't that her first car? I think the implication is she had multiple cars. In a gang, sold people cars. I don't know. And she told a story about how some other state called her up and was like, you better come pick up your vehicle. And she had to like prove that she had sold the vehicle to somebody else. But in every, you can't do that in every state, I guess. I don't know. I was wondering why your voice sounded so different, but I realized you're mimicking someone else. Yeah, this is exactly how she talked to. The entire trip, she sounded like this. And it's not quite Valley Girl, but there is some sort of inflection there where it kind of feels like you're being made fun of. And also listening to somebody who used to be a really big fan of Shane Dawson. Smithy, thank you. Pippa, you need to turn the story into a song like Weird Al's Albuquerque. Every sentence is a question. Every sentence is a fucking question. You Valley Stoner girl. I think she just didn't think about that detail as part of the strange delusion of hers. Maybe I'm crazy. I feel like she was telling the truth with everything. There was nothing in her story that was so outlandish. You know, it's like, okay, well, she used to be part of a local gang. Her dad worked or owned a cattle ranch. This is probably where she got all of her fucking money from, because it sounds like she's had a lot of fucking money her whole fucking life. And she moved down to Arizona to get away from it all. Realized that sunlight is good for you. Fun fact. Arizona is right next to Nevada. She probably visited Las Vegas looking for a good time. Got wrapped up in some bad shit. Probably got all of her tattoos at that point, yeah. And now she's back. And feels like she's had an enlightenment. And I kind of appreciate, like, it did feel like she was trying to look out for me, I guess. It felt like she was trying to bestow wisdom upon me. I told her my age several times, but she kept asking, like, if I was in high school still, and I had to be like, I'm flattered. I don't, like, at this point in my life, I don't think I look like a high schooler. I think you're severely out of touch, but thank you. I already told you my age. I gave you my literal age. And she would just keep rambling. She would just keep fucking rambling. She would be like, talking about like back in the 90s, and I'm like, potato radio, thank you. Instead of picking up the ghost hitchhiker, you got picked up by the ghost Uber driver. I think she was stoned. She might have been stoned. I don't know for sure. And I don't know if you can put something in vape to make you stoned. But I think she might have been stoned. And I think there was something in that vape. You can? Okay. Weed. Okay, she was, yeah, she... I think it was I think it was fucking I. It was kind of hilarious. It was frightening at parts. Especially because, like, for example, when you're in a car with a taxi driver, you don't want to be told that they have previously totaled a car before into a ditch. That's, you know, we all have stories, haha, but, like, don't tell me that while I'm in the fucking backseat of your car, man. What the hell? Oh my god. But yeah. And this is part of why I do unironically continue to take Ubers, because I do feel like it is a gotcha every single time of if I'm going to get interesting stream content. Did I already tell you guys about the guy who preached to me about books that I should buy and then said nobody goes to the bookstore anymore while I was en route to a bookstore? Did I tell you guys about that? Yes? Okay. Jplay, thank you. Crunchy driver. She's about to pick up Pippa. Aw, shit, a homeless girl. Maybe I should drop some wisdom to help her out. Nebadago, thank you. Oh, I read that one. Malosy, thank you. Wouldn't it be funny if she just happened to be a Kapipi? Unlikely, but what if? I don't think she was a Kapipi. H0, thank you. Thanks for using Uber. Your patronage and pleasant courtesy are very much appreciated. We look forward to you accompanying our drivers again. Hey, Lincoln, thank you. But you're entertaining adults, though. It's a different thing. Good luck, thank you. So what is she showing face? Sakura must be feeding for. Malcolm Land, thank you. Conversations AI cannot recreate. No. No. Desu, thank you. I would have ejected myself from that car at speed. I thought about it a few times. There were like, when she started to get into the politics and it lasted for more than like 5 sentences, I was seriously debating. I was about to say, like, at least start with, like, I don't feel comfortable getting into this. But she wasn't listening to anything I was saying anyway, so it kind of just became a, like, okay. Okay. Focus, thank you. Uber sponsorship incoming. Binary goes, thank you. Walk into the suspiciously open auto zone and step back out into the twilight zone. The auto zone was a safe zone. I should have never left. Oh, man. While I was in the auto zone, I did have a strange encounter. This guy in line was very chatty. And before you start thinking, no, not in like a flirtatious way. Like, he was trying to talk to everybody. And I don't know, like, just like everything. He would try and, like, the cashier was being really slow. And this guy in front of me, he was just like pointing at stuff, and he'd be like, oh yeah, they don't really make them like that anymore, and blah 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 blah. And I was just like, I'm like mentally checked out. I got stuff I have to do. I'm not like, I'm not awake. I want to get this thing done, and I want to go to bed, and then I want to wake up in the morning, go home, and then get more fucking work done. Okay? I'm happy to help a friend, but I'm like mentally just checked out, okay? I'm in zombie mode. So this guy keeps talking, and it goes on for like at least 5 minutes, and I'm like, this guy is so bright and full of life. What a wonderful soul. And then as I'm like processing this and starting to appreciate this bubbly man before me who's so happy about everything at fucking 11 p.m. in a goddamn auto zone, he goes to pick up a candy bar. Or it was packaged gum. It was like spearmint gum or some shit. Comes back into line. Notices the price. Says, oh shit, I'm $1 short. And puts it back. And I'm like, there's no good in this world. There's no fucking good in this world. There's nothing fucking good in this world. Everything is bad. I fucking hate everything. I'm gonna fucking crash out. But I noticed where he grabbed it from is actually a self-checkout, which I didn't know that AutoZone has self-checkout. So I go to the self-checkout. I buy him his gum. I give him his gum. He goes, oh, well, really? In like this, like, soul meltingly nice, happy way. And I'm like, yeah, have a good rest of your night. And he goes, ah, thank you so much. And then I go back into the car and I'm stuck with the insane woman again. Side quest completed. Oh my god.
Everybody, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Low Effort Clips. That's right, Low Effort Clips, right here on YouTube.com. Yeah, and hit the notification bell. Yeah.